Hey guys, welcome back to another video on 678ville. Today I'm replacing or changing the radiator coolant and the expansion tank or reservoir, whichever way you want to call it, on my 2008 Ford Territory. This is a bit of a pet hate of mine. Every time I see a dirty or muddy expansion tank, I just want to replace it. So I don't know, for some reason the Ford Territories and Falcons, these reservoir or expansion tanks always look like they've got mud in them, and they're not easy to clean out. They've got cells in them that split out or something like that, and they're just not easy. I've tried, and so it's just easier buying a new one, and it's not the genuine one. I've got a Daco one from eBay for like $40 odd. So that's what I'm doing, and I hope this video helps you out. Okay, let's get cracking. So this is my, like I said, 2008 Ford Territory. There's my muddy looking expansion tank. It's just not looking good. It just doesn't, I don't like seeing that color go through the radiator, or the engine I should say. So that's what we're replacing. Here are all the things you need. I've got demineralized, can't even say it, wait there.
You know what I mean. That's the list of things you need. There's the comparison of the new and the old. Okay. That's what it's looking like. It's the box and the actual work itself. Down there, there's a white plug that's right at the bottom of the radiator that, believe it or not, holds in the water. A white plastic plug. I don't know the technical details. There it is there. That is holding in all that pressure. Amazing. So need to take this air intake off. There's two screws there. Okay, to take that air intake off. That's it. Now it just pulls off there. It's sometimes a bit hard to get off. A little bit hard to get off. I'm gonna have to put the phone down and I'll change my grip, get it down low, and go. There it is. Okay, that's it. Air intake off. That gives you a lot more room to work with. As you can see, you can actually see it and get to it now. Okay, there it is. And here is my bucket to catch the dirty or old water. You can use just about anything. This is all I had around. Look, I'm no mechanic or professional, so I'm just doing this at home, and correct me as you will, please go for it. I don't mind at all. So I'm just squeezing that underneath there to catch as much as I can, because I don't want the liquid out. Catch as much as you can. That's all I can do for the community. Okay, so I'm taking that that plug off now, just to get the water out. Don't be scared. That's it. So it just comes out slowly at the moment, and to make it flow, you need to take the radiator cap, or loosen the radiator cap out, and then it just releases it all, basically releases the pressure. And there, you see it gushing out now. Okay, trying to catch it all, but I'm not going to with this bucket. It's all I had, and it'll do. Alright, it's going to be a bit of a mess, and I understand that. It's all good, I think. So just let it leak out until it stops.
There's no coolant in there at all.
Still going, there it is. So once it all leaks out, you need to do a flush as well. So what you need to do with that radiator flush, I got the Penrite version because it's a trusted brand apparently. So pour the radiator flush into the reservoir tank. Make sure to put your plug back into the radiator as well. So it just screws back on, okay? Just hand tight as well. You don't need a spanner or anything.
Amazing, hey? That's it.
Slowly but surely.
That.
Alright, once it's on, then you can progress with the flush, the radiator flush.
Plastic there. So put some water in.
Okay.
Time. Mix this in.
Just pour the contents in. Take the seal off, obviously.
And mix that stuff in, so you start pouring it in, right?
Okay.
Just a little bit at a time.
So just fill it up with. There's the old dirty water that I flushed out. Disgusting. That's going through the engine. So luckily, this is good to do every now and then, I feel. So fill the radiator flush and then fill it with water and level it up to the reservoir's levels. And start the car up because you need to get it warm. You need to really flush it out, so it needs to heat it up and then you can flush it out. So basically you need to get it up to temperature, start the car up and get it up to temperature. Okay, because you need that radiator flush to go through the system, through the heating system as well, through the heating hoses, because you need to clean those as well. Okay. Read the instructions on the back of the radiator flush. Once the engine bay has cooled down, you can now go ahead and flush the radiator flush or the coolant for a second time. So I've got my second bucket under, and I'm just gonna unplug that screw, that plastic screw again at the bottom of the radiator. Just make sure nothing's
hot. Just feel around, just touch just in case. Don't want to burn yourself. And this is why you need to let the engine cool down, because taking this plug out, you can burn yourself with the hot water. So flush that out now. Let that drain. You may have to take the radiator, the cap off or loosen just slightly again, just to let the pressure out and let it gush out again. There it goes. While that's leaking out, one of the most important processes of this is to make sure the heater hose is clear of the dirty fluid or water as well. So you need to take that heater hose, that one there, as you can see, take that off and then make sure you can flush that out. So flushing it out by using some sort of pressurized water, or even if you got a hose, tap water, just flushing it down. So take that screw off. It's just a screwdriver to take that clip off, just like that. Okay, I've loosened mine already. Can be pretty tough to get off because it's probably the first time it's being taken off, I should say. So it will take some pulling and turning and twisting. When you're putting the clip back on, just make sure it's on in the exact same position if you can. That'll help. Okay, so yeah, takes a bit of pulling and prodding. There it is, off now. So now get your hose. I've got one of these which I can turn on to that setting, which is enough, I think. If you got something better,
Wait there, please.
you can use that. So just pointing the hose into that pipe and basically cleaning it out. Just got to get it in the right spot, right angle, move that hose out the way, and get that. Get that in and then spray the water down the hose to clean it out even more. And the water will just come out at the bottom of the radiator. Okay, as you can see, there's the water coming out now. Just do it until the water looks pretty clean, I guess. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for me. So
Pull the bucket out.
let's take this bucket out and let's compare what the water looks like with the first flush and then the second one with the radiator flush. So there's the second one and there's the first one. So you can see why you still get benefits out of doing the radiator flush. Okay, so now you can now put the hose back on, put that clip at the bottom of the radiator back on now. Make sure that's on. Okay, and clip the heater hose back on as well. Just put it on as I said, as hand tight as you can possibly do it.
So towards the end it tightens up.
Okay. That's that, just to make sure, firm. It's in firmly. Okay, and put the heater hose back on. Put that on. And then make sure, as I said, the clip is on in the same position. There should be markings on the hose and what the position of the clip was. If you can do that, it's great. If not, it's not an issue, but if you can keep it on the same spot, I think it tightens it better. If there's arguments for or against, let me know.
So, there was no issues, that's all. So this is like that.
Okay, once you've got the heater hose back on tightly, it's going to take the actual reservoir tank off, what we came to do. So it's just 2 bolts on the left hand side there, you can see, and then taking these 2 hoses off with the clips, just using pliers to get the clips off. Just on the wrong angle there, get some needle nose pliers just to work the angle and drag them out. Again, if you can, when you refit it, have them in the same position, be good. And just pull the hoses off now. Just remember which one's which. Okay, the left and the right.
Don't get them wrong.
Okay.
That's off. Taking this off.
And then you're going to take that big hose off that goes to the radiator. Pliers again. Just using one hand at the moment, one hand on the camera as well, so it takes a bit longer. So twist and move and twist until it comes off basically. Okay, get a different angle. Just keep working it until it comes off basically. It's on there tight. So it should be. And then start to see it move, that's when you can start pulling it back now.
That's the strong one.
There it is.
That's that.
Okay. And then it's those 2 bolts. Taking that off. That's it. And then there's just a sitting position plastic bit at the bottom that just comes out. That's it. That's the reservoir out. Old one out.
Okay. Okay. That's that one. The new one goes in.
There's a new one.
This wipes are shut down. Doesn't hurt. Okay.
Just clean the area a little bit, I like to do.
What do you have access to
So
something?
that's good.
To wipe it. Keep it clean, eh? And these others too. Let's give them a thing.
Now, I had a problem with mine. They sent me the wrong one basically, so the one they sent me has only got one hose and I need two, so I need to get in contact with the eBay seller to get the correct one. Okay? It's only got the one there. So I need two. Alright, so project on pause. I'll probably, if I need the car, I'll just fill it back up. I'll just put the old one back in. But don't need to because they sent me a new one pretty quickly. I think it was 2 or 3 days. It was good. Sent out very quickly. I let them know what the scenario was, that I needed to use the car, and they sent that one and they let me keep the old one as well. So I was able to just sell that for a little bit of pocket money and essentially got this one for free. So there's the new one with the 2 hoses.
That's it. It's pretty good on eBay. It says it's the wrong part. But
There it is. Okay, so install.
okay, so let's go cracking.
So yeah, just a word of warning.
So,
Make sure you get the correct one. Either you get the single hose or the double hose. I'm not sure why the difference is. Maybe the Falcons are a single hose or the Territory maybe double.
10 more dots.
So just put the bolts in. Okay.
Good boy.
Make sure the plug is in
Sure. I don't know if where is it?
tight.
I found. There we go.
That's it.
That's it.
Just check all the things you've taken off. Just make sure they're all on firmly, and put the hoses back on. So
Put the bottom one in first.
big one on first at the bottom.
Put that in.
That's it. Doesn't that look good?
That.
That's it. And then put the clip back on in the same position if you can. Okay, so that's all the hoses back on, bolts on, and just checking, make sure everything's on correctly. Hoses, even the heater hose, just check that. Check the bottom of the radiator for that screw, and then start filling up using that demineralized water. Still can't say it, but you know what I mean. And then your coolant. There it is, and then start filling up. So there you go. Look at that. So I'll fill it up to level, and I'm running it now, just making sure, running it up to temperature as well, and then just need to top it up because once it starts splashing through the engine, my lower levels in the reservoir, and then we'll top it back up, that's all.